Haha, I think it works. Was? Oder auch nicht? Geht's auf YouTube jetzt nicht? Okay. I see myself, but not on YouTube. Oh, wait. Ah, okay. I see myself, but not on YouTube. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, I'm going to remove this because there's going to be an echo otherwise. Okay. The interesting thing is I see nothing and no one live person. Okay. Does this even work? Does it work? Let's take a look here. Does it work? Okay. Ah! Hi, Sabrina! Yes, I'm not alone. It worked. I'm live. I was a little bit confused because it took quite some time for both channels to synchronize. So, okay, one person watching, and that's Sabrina. Hey there, Sabrina. Do you have your book with you? Okay. It only shows me a sign. Wait. Well, the fingers crossed one wouldn't be bad as well. So, how should I go about this? I mean, I could go for my typical sort of, it's an audiobook. An audiobook. Oh, yeah, you told me you're reading it with audiobook. How is the audiobook? Is it good to listen to? Is it full cast? Or is it only one person who tells the story? Okay. Okay, that's good to hear. Maybe I should go more into audiobooks. But I'm having trouble to listen to audiobooks. I don't know why, but usually the voices just aren't for me. Okay, wait. I don't know why at first when I heard the sample like months ago, I wasn't hugely into it, but the second time I really love it. Okay. That sounds promising. Maybe I will listen to the audiobook as well. Who knows? It's one narrator, but he does different voices. Okay. That's interesting. One person doing more voices and different voices for each child. Okay. Quite something. Hey there, Epic. Hi. It's so nice to see you as well. Did you read the book? Or are you just support? I really appreciate it if you're just support for me. That's really nice. This is a test of your typing speed, yes. I can imagine. I mean, I can talk, but unfortunately, you can't talk with me. So that kind of makes it a little bit difficult, but it's fun. Okay, so since we're already 3 people, and I have no idea if we will get more. Oh, wait. Yeah, yeah. I'm doing better. I'm still taking antibiotics, but it's getting better each day. I'm just getting very tired from the medicine. Yeah, but aside from that, it's finally getting better. Oh, that's really nice. I never did a live before. I have no idea. I think you did some. I didn't even have a clue that you have to unlock a certain setting to go live. So, like the fool I was, I just thought I could go online last Sunday, and it didn't work. So I had to reschedule this vlive. But I'm here now. It worked out perfectly fine. And thank you once again for checking it out and for the support to both of you. It's really nice to not be all alone here. What was I about to say? That's the trouble with live things. You always forget what you wanted to say. I have the book with me. I actually have it here. And as you can see, I already marked so many pages in here and so many quotes. I even marked 4 particular ones to discuss. So if you are ready, Sabrina. Yeah, the tabbing is quite something. I love to use different colors when I tab. I think I'm going to put it on this side. There's more room. I love to use different colors, so it's always quite a lot of quotes I mark, and at the ending, when I finish the book, I take out the tabs and write down the quotes, and based on those quotes, I write my review. So yeah, you will see lots of tabs from me. Oh, my favorite quote in the book so far. I mean, I'm only 10 chapters in because it's still going on, my Clune along. And I was so ill those last couple of days, I couldn't read a single page. It was horrible. But I think one of my favorite quotes, there are so many, but I will look them up. There was one really nice quote that stuck with me. And it's not a quote per se, but it was what one of the children wrote a poem, and I really loved that poem, and that totally stuck out to me. And it says, he said, "I am but paper, brittle and thin. I am held up to the sun, and it shines right through me. I get written on, and I can never be used again. These scratches are a history. They're a story. They tell things for others to read, but they only see the words and not what the words are written upon. I am but paper, and through there are many like me. None are exactly the same. I am parched parchment. I have lines, I have holes, get me wet and I melt. Light me on fire and I burn. Take me in hardened hands and I crumble. I tear, I am but paper, brittle and thin. And that was actually an entire poem one of those kids wrote, one of the characters wrote, and I loved this poem so much. I really, really loved it so much. And it said so much about the history of the child. And if you read between the lines, this was just amazing. I didn't expect to read poetry in this book. Okay, yeah, I can imagine that. I have no idea how I would mark highlights in an audiobook. I guess that's the reason why I prefer the written books and ebooks, because you can actually mark them. Oh, hi Katja. A third person. Yes. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for coming and stopping by. That's a really good question. Sometimes they actually are color coded, and sometimes I use them to mark certain parts or certain themes in a book. In this book, I haven't really marked them at all, um, at least not after a color scheme. But those those pink ones are the ones that are important quotes. So you have the normal quotes here and the very important ones up here. Some sort of system after all. Yeah. What's up, Katja? Good question. Yeah, the poem. The poem was really lovely. And I think it says a lot about Sel's character that he wrote the poem. He's a very gentle and silent character, and I'm sure he has quite a history that will be revealed later on in the book. Katja greeting. Epic. Yeah, that would be such a lovely idea. I really thought that too when I read that poem, because his writing style is very poetic at times. It's I think it's kind of simple, but especially that simple or that simplicity to the writing style kind of makes it charming. And there are a lot of deep messages in the book, and they are just thrown in with quotes. And I'm sure a poetry collection by him would be really good. Oh, for highlighting audiobooks, you sort of mark a clip of the part that you want to say. Okay. That's interesting. I never knew, but I guess you never stop learning. So thanks for sharing that info with me. I had no idea. That's kind of cool. Don't we all? I'm I'm totally unorganized when it comes to my reading too. The funny thing is it always looks like chaos with all those sticky notes, and it completely looks like I have no idea what I'm talking about or what I'm doing. But once I start to write the review, it all starts to make sense and it all comes together nicely. So I think you just need the chaos at the beginning to make something special out of it. It works for me somehow. And can you guys still see me? I think it's getting more and more dark outside. I'm not all too sure if the light is still good. Maybe I need to turn on the light. It's so dark. And it's hot. It's so hot over here. We had 35 degrees Celsius over here today. So, and we've had temperatures like that those last couple of days. So it's really, I'm craving rain. I'm craving rain. I just need rain. Speaking of case, okay. That's the perfect chaos right there. But as long as you can get it done again and clean it up, it's all good. No problem. Katja, did you read the book? I don't remember if Katja read the book or if it's still on it to be read. Now we will find out how fast Katja is typing. I think I need. Oh, okay. No, you haven't. You were fast at typing. Thumbs up. It's really a nice book to read. Oh, yeah. It's really a nice book. I can totally recommend to read it. It has definitely more serious topics than I thought it would have. I recently spoke with another friend of mine who joined the read along and who's reading it as well. And she said that it tackles more serious topics than she thought it would tackle. And I totally agree with that because I only heard that it's such a comfort read. And it is, but it somehow still manages to address very, very serious topics. And that's kind of a really good, it has a good balance. And Clune is very carefully crafting his story so that it never gets too much. And yes, my friend and I said that the house looks so nice and the cover looks so nice and that it actually packs quite a punch. So I totally agree with her when it comes to this. It's really thought-provoking, has lots of serious topics, and I love the children. The children are so cute and nice. And Sabrina, do you have a favorite character? I spoke with Cello, and Cello said her favorite character is Chancey. I think you pronounce him Chancey, the bellhop. And I really love him too, but I think I like all the kids. They're all very, very different and have their own character and their own voice. So the children are great. But I personally have a soft spot for Chancey and for Theodore. Yeah. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Chancey. Oh, that's how you write him. I think I pronounced him wrong, but I don't know. Could be not. Sometimes it would be really helpful if authors would just write how you pronounce the names of the characters. Under Mind of Heartstopper and how it balances the deep sears. Yes, Heartstopper is a lot like this as well. Heartstopper is one of the most wholesome comic book series I ever read. And it still has so many serious topics that are very important and that are tackled so well. Alice Oseman has a gift like this as well. Yeah, it's really hard to pick a favorite. Once you get to know all those 6 children, I was actually kind of surprised about how different those children are, because in the blurb it's only talking about children with magical abilities, and the children that are on the island all have abilities, but they are, I don't know, not entirely human as well. I mean, we have sprites, we have all sorts of different, yeah, all sorts of different characters and different kinds of magical creatures. Yeah. Lucy cracks me up so much too. He's really taking his role as Lucifer very seriously. But I kind of loved it about him. He has this kind of charming personality, even though he tries to be scary. It's hard to describe, but I loved one of those scenes at the beginning when Linus kind of accidentally stumbles into the kitchen. It was so nicely done, and I think it shows how you can connect through similar hobbies and things you like. And that's also one of the parts of the book that's really done so well, because all those characters are some sort of found family. They don't have all too many things in common, but the things, or the most important things they have in common, is that they all like each other and that they all try to make it work somehow. So yes, definitely a wholesome read. I would really recommend this. And I don't know if any of yeah, I marked Dicomy. The company that sends Linus to the island is called Dicomy. And just to give an example of how serious the topics are they tackle, I just marked here a quote, and it says, he passed by posters nailed to the walls, the same messages that hung in all the Dicomy-sanctioned orphanages he'd been to. They showed smiling children below such legends as, we're happiest when we listen to those in charge, and the quiet child is a healthy child, and who needs magic when you have your imagination? And I think those quotes, and I mean, they are Dicomy sanctioned. So Dicomy doesn't sound like a company I would like to work at. It sounds very strict and not humanity friendly. Yeah, exactly. Dichotomy sounds totally like something out of a dystopian novel, like one of the regimes that needs to be overthrown, or or something like that, or along those lines. So Dikomi really gives off a very bad impression. And it's kind of interesting how the book started pretty dark, actually. If you consider that Linus is working alone all of the time and he's working at a company that has values like this, it's pretty depressing, actually. If the August read is under the whispering door, there's a tiny reference to the house in the Cerulean Sea. Oh, okay. Quite honestly, it seems like the August read will be the I can't talk anymore. It seems like the August read will be the Extraordinaries. A lot of people voted for the Extraordinaries. For a short while, there was a tie between the Extraordinaries and Under the Whispering Door. But as of this very moment, it looks like it's going to be the Extraordinaries. Yeah, I think this one will be the book we'll read in August, if a couple of people will join me once again. But voting is still open. If if anyone wants to read a different book, you can still vote. I will close the voting on the last of July in my next vlive and the last vlive to this read along with the House in the Cerulean Sea. So you have still time to vote for a different book if you want. Okay. As I said, I haven't read any of Clune's books yet. This is really the first book I'm ever reading from him. But if his other books are anything like this, I will probably gobble them all up in the next couple of months because I really like the writing style, and Clune has so many different stories. I mean, The Extraordinaries, if any of you hasn't read this one yet or doesn't know about it yet, is actually some sort of superhero story. And Wolf Song, I think, was another book I gave for the voting. That's some sort of romance about werewolves, I think. Not entirely sure, but he definitely writes in a lot of different genres. So I think he might be, or TJ Klune might be one of those authors everyone can read, because there are so many books by now. I'm pretty certain everybody will find one they will like. I can't wait to read The Extraordinaries now. If you loved so much, it sounds like a fun book. It's definitely something I want to pick up. Just dying from the heat here. Never mind me. Ignore my glass. The fun thing about it, all free and series out now. That's good to know. I think Wolfsong is everything. I think with Wolfsong, all the books, I think there are 3 or 4 are out already as well. So that sounds good. Once I pick the series up, I could actually binge read it. Great. Ah. Okay. I'll take that down as another voting for the extraordinaries. You're absolutely right, Katja. But unfortunately, I haven't. I don't have a fox glass. I never saw one, to be honest. Maybe one day they will sell some, and you can bet that I will buy this one like nobody's business. But for now, I unfortunately don't have a fox glass. It would be a cool idea to have one. I think Wolfsong was first published ages ago. Aha, for a mainstream publisher. Yeah, I got the feeling that a lot of people talked about the books getting out again, or of new editions coming out of the books. So that's definitely something that could be. I mean, Clune has become pretty popular lately, and a lot of people know TJ Clune's books by now, especially after The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is probably the most popular book I know of him. So yeah, that sounds good. Very on brand. Yes, it would be perfectly very on brand, but I can't. I don't have a fox glass yet. Would make for a nice gift. If my bestie is watching, that's a clue for the next Christmas gift. I think I will turn on the light. It's getting pretty dark and pixely. Wait a second, hold on. Ich hoffe, das sieht man dann ein bisschen mehr. Schaut. Is this better from the light? I think it is a little bit better. And I can only hold the fox in the cam. I gotta turn it a little bit to the side. That one was made by my daughter, and she gifted it to me. I would probably put it on the wall behind me when I record my usual booktube videos. Today I have a different setting, and kind of decided to go for another angle in the living room, because from that side there usually comes a lot of sun, and my usual book nook would have been too much in the dark, and all other angles would have been too much in the light. So it's a little bit different today. Yeah, it's really cute. My kid is so cute sometimes. But she can also be such a rascal, as all kids can be. If you have kids, you know. Sorry, I'm just. It's so hot here. I don't know. I think Austria isn't the only country that has problems with the heat at the moment. I hear it from all over the world that it's just too hot. Did I'll just look if I marked anything else. I've kind of found it odd that we got so little information about Dr. Panassus or Arthur Panassus. I don't think he's a doctor so far, and I hope that will be rectified in the last 10 chapters because I really would love to get more info about him. Humid here too. Ah, yeah. It's really, I think climate change is showing. It's really way too hot everywhere, just everywhere. What? Honestly, Jesus. Okay, we very often kind of scratch at the 40 degrees mark, but 41 degrees on Tuesday? I think I would have died. Whoa, that's just too hot. Ah, yes, I totally agree with this. I think the kids really read as kids. They have such lovely conversations, and I loved it when they went scavenger hunting and when they went outside, because in that scene they are such typical kids. I mean, alone their interactions, how they talk, the suggestions they make, how they rely on Linus as the adult and the grown-up character that just has to make things right, and how he sometimes doesn't understand the logic because it's children logic. So I totally agree. Sorry, my voice sometimes isn't the best still, and kind of gives out in between. I was sort of without voice until Thursday. I only regained my voice on Friday. So sorry if it sometimes just gets thin. But yes, the kids are actual kids. They totally give off the kid vibe, and I always think I could have, or I could get questions like that from my own kid as well. It's really totally relatable and well done. Really? Oh my god. Well, I can't be dismissive of it anymore because it's a fact that it's getting harder and harder each year. And yeah, I mean, it's your choice if you close your eyes to it or not. it it will be hot either way, I guess, if you deny it or not. Yeah, the heat won't go away, even if you deny it. Very pragmatic view on things. Sabrina, you're so helping along with the questions. Thank you so much. I think we lost Epic somewhere along the way, or he is still watching. Not all too sure. Ah, okay. Have a nice dinner, and well, I guess we will talk later on tomorrow, whenever. I guess you're always such a help and support me in whatever I do. So really, thank you so much. And thank you so much for being a part of this live as well. Thank you. Oh, we didn't lose Epic. You're still here. Oh, what are you cooking? Now I'm curious. Make some food for me too, please. And at the moment, we are 5 people. And I think, I don't know. This was fun. Oh, tacos. Now you're making me hungry. Tacos are always good. Mm. Ah, hello, Alice. Oh no, you failed to read the book. Okay. Well, it happens. I mean, don't feel bad about it. I only read until chapter 10, even though I should have read until chapter 15 because I was basically ill the entire last week. So it happens. But you're here. That's nice. Hello, Alice. So, just a short question. Has anyone here read the book of the people that are currently online? Because if not, we can just talk about other things. I think Sabrina was the main person who actually read the book. And once we have another viewer who actually read the book, we can switch back. Ah, oh, trouble with ebooks. In which kind of way? I mean, I heard from Sabrina that she had trouble to get the book because it was constantly borrowed from the library, and she borrowed it twice and had to give back her e-reader copy and her paperback copy, and now she borrowed the audiobook. So she's already on the the third version of the book. A lot of people had trouble to get it because it's so popular. Yes, Sabrina just spoke about it at the beginning of the live, and she said that the audio is really good and that she's enjoying it. And that it's one person who speaks all the voices, but apparently that person makes it really well. So it seems like it's a good audiobook. Okay. Yeah, that's sad, but it happens. It's one of the main reasons why I bought the book, because I thought if I'm going for a read along, it would be best if I have the book, because if I have to give it back to the library in between, it would be no fun. And yeah, it turned out good that I actually decided to buy it. And I think it's also going to be you're a paperback person. Yes, it is a paperback. It totally is a paperback. And I think it will even, I think I have to hold it here so you can see it better. I think I will even keep that one for myself, and it will become a part of my personal library for certain. And I will definitely put it in there, because it's really such a nice and lovely book, very wholesome, very sweet to read, but also extremely serious topics. We said that at the beginning of the live. that the topics are more serious than we thought they would be. I made it to page 200 and it are 400 pages in total. So I think I'm exactly at the halfway mark now. I don't know if I have anything else marked in here. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I just wanted to point out that I love the little tiny moments between Arthur Pennessus and Linus Baker. They are very subtle and extremely hinted at, but they are great. They are a lot of fun. And they are done so nicely. I'm really such a sucker for subtle moments in books. And this book definitely delivers. There's a lot of subtlety. You guys are killing me. You're all just here for the support. That's so sweet. Honestly. Epic was the same. He just saw me live and decided he would come for the support. And it means the world, honestly. Yeah, I was asked this question, but I'm going to answer it again. I It depends on the book. Sometimes I use different colors for different parts in the book, for quotes or for scenery descriptions or for particular moments or moments I know will be important later on, which is especially helpful if you read a series with 4 books and you know this moment is going to be very, very important in one of the later books. You know what I mean, right? And sometimes I just use them without a particular color scheme. In this case, I just bookmarked them, and only the quotes here are important quotes that will be important later on. But all the other quotes are just marked moments in the book. I have so many of those sticky notes, but I'm always running out of them. I don't know why it is the way it is, but yeah, I think you can never have enough sticky notes. Do you use the tabs for different color meanings? You're very welcome. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I actually started to annotate books when I started to read for real and to review for real, because for a very, very long time, I just read the books and enjoyed them, but I didn't write reviews about them. And it was only in 2017, I think, when I first joined Goodreads, that I decided to write my first review. And ever since, I started to use sticky notes and to mark my quotes, because I'm a sucker for quotes. And and it's a really good way to remember the book. Sometimes it will take me a very long time, or at least 4 weeks, before I can actually write the review and before I have the time to write it and to sit down. It's usually some sort of process, and it takes a lot of time for me to write reviews because I think a lot about the book and what I want to have in the review, what I want to say with the review. So sometimes it really takes 4 weeks before I actually start to write the review, before I have all my thoughts sorted, before I write it down. And then it is really, really helpful if you've marked quotes in your book and can use them to remember parts of the story. For me, it's a good memory to keep the story in mind. I gotta say, I was totally intrigued about the writing journals I saw on BookTube, and I started my own by now because they had the same effect like sticky notes had on you. I was very curious and intrigued by them, and so I decided to go for my own. Thank you. Yes, it worked out for me so far, and it helps so much with the memory, because when you're a reader like me and love to do multiple reads, and I usually read about 4 to 5 books at the same time, so it really helps to have those sticky notes when you want to write a review. It's some sort of highlight of all the important parts in the book, and that's really a good a crutch, a mental crutch, if you want to call it like that. At least the light is still good. It's still hot, but the light is good. I'm just melting here. Don't mind me. I think it's just one week left until I will be done with the house in the Cerulean Sea. And Alice, do you want to join the extended version of the Clunalon? At the moment, it looks like we're going to read The Extraordinaries in August. Well, right now it looks like it. I got a lot of votes for The Extraordinaries. I don't know, maybe it will change. People still have time to vote. But if you haven't read The Extraordinaries, and if you might want to give it a second go or a second try, you could always join in August for The Extraordinaries as well. I'm game for every one of the 3 books you could choose from. I think I gave Wolf Song as a pick, Under the Whispering Door, and The Extraordinaries. And at the moment, The Extraordinaries are 1 vote, I think, or 2 ahead. So there's still enough time for people to vote if they want to join and read something else. Oh, that's great. Then you can join the discussions in August and just talk about your impressions about the house in the Cerulean Sea. That will be fun, a mix over. It's a good idea. is August already so full with read-alongs and other buddy reads? I guess it's August and July are very busy months for everyone because they are the holiday months or the usual holiday months, and people like to commit to things they can't do during the year. I know my July and August are always planned, and I always have so many things on my plate. Yeah, we'll do better late than never. Yes, I'm always a person that says better late than never. I'm totally ready to discuss the house in the Cerulean Sea in August with you. And maybe the extraordinaries as well, if it's going to be the book that will be chosen. It would make it easy for me if it would be the extraordinaries, because I actually borrowed that one from the library already. But it could be any other TJ Klum book as well. I'm interested in them all, and I'm pretty certain that I will read them all in my own time, sooner or later. Because if they are anything like The House in the Cerulean Sea, I'm definitely going to read them all. Okay. Sorry to hear that, Katja, but it's okay. And thank you so much for joining the vlive and for being a part of it. You get a finger heart too. I really hope you have a lovely night and that you will find a cool place to rest. I will look for one for myself as well. Yeah, and then let me know how you liked it. I'd really love to hear your take on Klum's books, because I'm certain you will give amazing and very eloquent reviews about the books. So I'm ready to hear your thoughts about it. Whoa, it's already an hour. I never thought I would be here for an hour. But as it seems, the viewers are dwindling and there's only one person left. So I guess I will end it here. Whoever is still watching, thank you for being here and being a part. I think Katja just went away. Alice, are you still with me? Okay, so since it's already an hour or almost an hour, I think I will end the vlive here. It was fun to discuss the vlive with you guys. Thank you so much for coming here, Alice, and for joining the fun. And yes, have a nice evening too. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will make it, or I will leave it at that here. So yeah, I guess there's nothing left to say except of we will see us next Sunday and we will discuss the rest of the book next Sunday. Stay tuned. Okay. So there's nothing left to say except of take care, stay healthy and safe, and see you around the next time. Bye.